Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the bridge of language to uncover why mastering English is just so much more than memorizing grammar rules. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed or just stuck while trying to learn a new language, well, this is going to completely change how you view the entire process. Let's get right into it.
So what if you could communicate with almost anyone, anywhere in the world? Just imagine that profound possibility for a second. We get so incredibly bogged down in the mechanics of learning, right? The vocabulary lists, the verb conjugations, those endless rules. But we forget the ultimate prize. The true power of English isn't about passing a test. It's about unlocking communication on a massive global scale.
Section 1. The Bridge of Language.
Here's the thing. English isn't just a subject you cram for. It is an actual bridge. A lot of people treat language like a math problem that needs solving, but our source material asks us to look at it as a physical structure. It's a vital connection linking you to new people, entirely different cultures, vast pools of knowledge, and literally life-changing opportunities.
Section 2. 3 Doors of Opportunity. All right, door number 1, education. If you know English, you have the world's best resources right at your fingertips. Think about the sheer volume of information out there. Millions of books, cutting-edge research articles, and free online courses are primarily written and taught in English. By crossing that language bridge, you are literally opening the door to the world's most prestigious universities and knowledge bases.
Moving on to door number 2, career. Companies worldwide are actively hunting for employees who can communicate in English. It doesn't even matter what field you're in. Whether your dream is to be a nurse, an engineer, a teacher, or to run your own business, English acts as a massive career accelerator. It's essentially the common denominator in today's global economy. And door number 3, which is honestly my favorite, connection. Language brings people together. It allows us to share cultures and build global friendships. It's not just about what you can extract from the world. It's about what you can give back, you know? You get to share your own unique culture with others, breaking down international barriers one conversation at a time.
Section 3. Overcoming the fear.
You know, learning a language is exactly like learning to ride a bike. At first, you're wobbling all over the place, scraping your knees, and feeling totally out of balance. English is the exact same way. You're going to struggle to find the right words, and you'll definitely feel nervous. But the key here is, if you keep pedaling, one day the balance just clicks and you're riding without even thinking about it. The author of our source text actually shared their own story of coming to the US to remind us not to hide behind common excuses. They remembered how incredibly difficult it was at first, only catching a few words, struggling to speak, feeling so nervous. And honestly, it's so common to hear people say things like, "I'm way too old to learn," or "My English is just too poor to even try." But the speaker didn't give up, and they're challenging us not to give up either.
Listen to this. Age does not stop learning. Fear stops learning. Wow, that is such a powerful distinction. Age is literally just a number, but fear is a wall. If you let the fear of sounding silly stop you from speaking, you're building a concrete wall right where that bridge should be.
Section 4. Daily Steps to Mastery. 1,800. Let that number sink in for a second. That is the number of new words you're going to know in just 1 year if you commit to learning only 5 new words every single day. Think about how totally achievable that is. 5 words. You can do that while drinking your morning coffee. But when you compound that tiny daily habit over a year, boom, a massive vocabulary of 1,800 words. Just look at the math here. It proves that small progress every single day inevitably leads to monumental success. There is a wild difference between zero effort and just a tiny, consistent effort, 1,825 words to be exact, over a full year. It's the absolute best proof that you don't need to study for 6 hours a day to master a language. You just need consistency. So how do we actually do this? The source gives us a super practical roadmap. First, read a little every day. Listen to podcasts and videos, practice speaking even when you absolutely know you're making mistakes. Learn that daily vocabulary. And crucially, this is a big one, try to actually think in English whenever possible to fully immerse your brain.
Section 5. Practice over perfection.
I love this point. Every single grammatical mistake you make is just a necessary chance to improve. You do not need perfect English. You need the courage to communicate. Doesn't that just completely remove the pressure? The goal is human connection, folks, not grammatical perfection.
So many of us wait around until we feel confident to start speaking. But the source material brilliantly points out a massive reality check that is completely backward. Practice has to come first. You literally have to do it poorly before you can do it well. Only after the messy practice does the confidence finally show up.
Never stop learning, never stop practicing, and please, never stop believing that you can build relationships and understand the world. That's the real core message here today. Every new word is just one more step toward a brighter future, regardless of where your starting line is today.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to wrap up our explainer today. What new door are you going to open today with just 5 new words? Education, career, connection, the doors are right there waiting for you. All it takes is the courage to start practicing and the dedication to learn those next 5 words. Thanks so much for joining me today, and happy learning.